Welcome to Fix My Brand with Allie Craig, a 9-week social experiment to take 9 brands of all types and from around the world and transform them from fledgling to fierce competition. I'm your host, Allie Craig, best-selling author, producer, strategist, and brander. Together, we will follow the steps and strategies taken, as well as the psychological and logistical pitfalls that get in many entrepreneurs' way of their ultimate brand success. These are their stories.
When I first found out that I was going to be doing this, my initial reaction was kind of like, uh-oh, like, am I going to be able to do this?
Lisa is an entrepreneur who saw a need in the market and decided to fill it. It wasn't a longing or a heartfelt passion, it was a practical assessment.
What are you actually building with this network?
It's kind of like a resource to match doctor's offices and medical assistants who need jobs with doctor's offices. So there's ads every day. There's doctor's offices looking for medical assistants every single day. And then there's medical assistants looking for jobs, but for some reason they're not really connecting well. And so I want to be the resource that connects them.
Lisa had tested the business model and knew it was viable. She knew she could make money, but wasn't sure how to build a national organization with just her at the helm.
When I think about what to do, I don't know. I have so many ideas and I just kind of sit here and do nothing because I'm not sure where to start or what to do.
Because this was a business built on a need and not on an internal longing to serve, Lisa was very clear. Let's build it and let's sell it.
Starting out, I can do it all by myself, but I see it growing to the point where I'm not going to be able to do everything by myself. So I want to be able to kind of build out the policies early, like as I'm building the business, writing like the handbook as I go, so that when I bring someone in, it's just that much easier to train them.
The only real disconnect for Lisa was what she needed to invest to build the brand. She understood the sales side, but the bigger vision so that the sales were 100% solely reliant on her meetings, her one-on-ones, AKA letting the brand do some of the support work for her, she was simply clueless on.
Going out and talking to office managers who are like, I can just see their struggle and their pain of not getting quality people in. And I know that there's quality people out there. I mean, I'm a medical assistant instructor. I was a medical assistant for 10 years. And sometimes I feel like it gets kind of a bad name, with the high turnover. And I just want to correct that. I think doctors' offices suffer when a patient goes to the office and it's a new MA every time they go. The patient is wondering what's going on. Why can't they keep MAs here? And the other thing with that too is that I think doctors' offices, sometimes they don't pay enough to the MAs. The offices that pay more get the better MAs, because the ones that are paying 10 or 11, those MAs are just looking for other jobs while they're working there.
Lisa has a great idea with Medical Assistant Network, matching qualified medical assistants to doctors' offices who want low turnover with their staff. The issue lies in the fact that these are 2 totally different markets. Unlike most entrepreneurial brands, because Lisa's full intent is to sell her brand and her target audience is 2 extreme, medical assistants and medical office managers, we created a hybrid, part lifestyle, part corporate brand, so that way she can speak to both audiences now and grow the business with the structure of being bought out in the future. Though Lisa's brand has lots of traditional elements in its structure and feel, we had to find the psychological thread that tied her 2 audiences: medical assistants looking for a job and a medical office manager needing to fill the position. The main commonality was a sense and desire for excellence.
I'm only going to contract with doctors' offices who at least start out at $14 an hour. And that's another reason I think that an MA would pay to be part of my network, because they know they're at least going to get, starting out.
Yes, like real money. Yeah.
Right. So, but I'm passionate about it just because I feel like there are really good MAs and there are really bad MAs. And I just kind of want to get the bad ones out and just show doctors' offices that they could get really good people to work for them and have longevity with it.
By speaking to the exclusivity of the medical assistants accepted by Lisa to be placed, naturally created a level of excellence. To help achieve this, the office manager side, we took Lisa's medical assistant application review process and created a scale, allowing the office managers to see which medical assistant skill set would best serve their audience's needs. Lisa's entire approach and process on both sides exudes excellence. Because Lisa was so new in her business, she had created a logo on her phone and invested $30 into a WordPress template. So everything from the processes, offers, visuals, everything needed to be created. The biggest hang-up for Lisa was not cheaping out and playing all in. Because her audience's excellent focus, details matter. So though we needed to use stock photos on her website, it took hours to find the ones that didn't look really stocky. So ideally, a custom photo shoot would have been the way to go. But Lisa's personal client list was so small, there was just no way that we could ask her existing clients and make that happen. So we had to find the next best thing, which was stock photos that felt like her brand. But truthfully, if you want to sell a custom service or product, do not use mass photography if at all possible. Why are you using mass market methods to sell your custom services? Lots of time, the information you're looking for doesn't just show up on a silver platter, especially when you're doing what Lisa's doing, and that's merging two existing markets. We knew for the office manager side, we would have to create some type of PDF doc that the office managers could bring to their CFOs and head doctors. These number people would want to see the numbers of what the value of using the medical assistant network to find their next office MA really was.
What I'm doing doesn't really exist yet, so it's really starting from the ground up, and that's another reason Allie's just been so helpful to me. She is coming up with me with a point system, a ranking of when we tell a doctor's office that we have a medical assistant, what they're rated as. So this week I'm working on the system, creating the questionnaire, coming up with a system to put those different medical assistants into different categories. And so I'm excited to have some direct homework of what to do.
Needless to say, these numbers did not exist in the perfect form. So to find them, we had to ask the right questions, find trusted sources, and just do the math. The information you need is out there, so Google it. Google has it. You just have to find it and figure it out. By doing so, we were able to calculate that it cost the average medical office $12,000 to hire, train, and lose just one medical assistant. Knowing this makes Lisa's fee seem awfully reasonable and a well-worthy investment. Because Lisa's brand was so clear from the start, there was really no tweaking necessary. The medical assistant industry is, let's just be honest, kind of icky. It's just the truth. It's an industry that doesn't scream quality, reputable, honest, or trustworthy, and that's actually okay. Because with Lisa visually and verbally communicating very clear about her level of excellence, the people who desire that in her target audience will flock to her.
I'm looking for quality medical assistants. And I think that's the problem, is the offices are finding people who aren't really dedicated, or they don't have proper transportation. It's all those things. And so I feel like if I'm charging for them to be in my network, I'll get more of the quality MAs that I'm looking for.
The price won't be an issue because she has what they need and she fulfills their internal, subconscious story of who they are as professionals and people in this world. Lisa's content marketing strategy is one of the broadest because of her diverse audiences. The medical assistants are on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, while her medical office managers are on LinkedIn and connected with national organizations. Because Lisa is currently a business of one, we needed to make her content marketing approach as multifunctional as possible, as well as duplicatable for her future staff. We reverse engineered everything. From the medical assistants, we started with the end offer of being an elite member of the medical assistant network. From there, we looked at the benefits and broke all those down into 3 to 5 subcategories. Each benefit turned into a Facebook Live video, which is to be transcribed. Each point turns into a Pinterest point, Instagram post, or Facebook post. This way, she gets a Facebook Live video, SEO blog for her site, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest post copy, as well as a video to put on YouTube. We took a similar approach for the medical office managers, but instead of Facebook Live, we created a series of evergreen webinars that share valuable tips while showing why hiring the medical assistant network is key to growing your medical office practice.
She's just been a fabulous asset for me, and I love to feel the feeling of moving forward and being successful.
Because Lisa is currently a business of one and her audience is excellent obsessed, making sure that her communication, execution, and aesthetic are always consistently excellent is key. Deviations from this, and she will begin to look like what the rest of the medical assistant industry looks like: sketchy. It is many times easier to price a product over a service because as a society, we are trained to know that there is worth and value in a product. We have forgotten that there is worth and value in the service. And on top of that, many of us are our services and we are in charge of our prices. The stories of who do we think we are and good boys and girls would never charge that much run through our heads. It is our stories that stop us from asking and getting the money we really want 9 times out of 10. If this is you, stop thinking of yourself as an entrepreneur and start thinking of yourself as a boss. Factor in all the expenses, taxes, and logistics of what your service really is. What story and support can you put around your services to increase the perceived value? And when it comes to asking for the money, it isn't you talking as the entrepreneur. You are merely the employee giving the price the boss has already set. I get it's a mind game. You're playing with yourself, but guess what? It works, and let's face it, you are already playing a mind game with yourself anyway, so why not play one that sets you up for success?
So to me, sales is an intimate conversation. Some people call them discovery sessions, needs assessments. I actually refer to it as a curious conversation because I'm very curious to see what does that person need? What are they struggling with? What do they want to change?
We find money to be scary and challenging, and that is just societally that we find money and then in turn asking for money to be so scary. We all know the phrase, the love of money is the root of all evil. Well, it's the love of money, not money.